All right, this video, we're only going to do number 9. And the reason why we're going to focus on number 9, this is in radians right now. Every single one, the first 8, they're all in degrees. And you can see how it's pretty easy to come up with addition or subtraction of two angles that are in degrees to equal the non-special angle. It's a little bit harder when it's as a fraction and it's in radians. So the very first thing you should do, this is probably the easiest thing you should do, let's convert this to degrees. And if I want to take any radian measure and convert it to degrees, I multiply it by 180 over pi. The pi's cancel. And then, let's see here, 180, if you just put this in your calculator, 180 times 13 and divide it by 12, that winds up equaling 195. So 13 pi over 12 is the same as 195 degrees. Once you know that, then it's very easy to come up with a combination of two angles, two special angles that add or subtract to give us 195. Again, I'm going to list a couple pairs. Probably the easiest one, let's see, you could do 130 plus, actually that doesn't work. You could do 135, that'll work. 130 is not in the unit circle, but 135 is. You could do 135 plus 60. You could do 150 plus 45. 150 and 45 are special angles. Or you could do subtraction. You could do 225 minus 30. That'll give you 195. And there's probably several other combinations that'll work. I'm going to do this one right here. I'm going to do 135 plus 60. Doesn't matter which one you do. So if I do this one, I can change this to cosine of 135 plus 60. Okay, now cosine, again, I'm going to go up to the angles. So if I go up to the angles, I'm doing plus for cosine. So just remember that I'm doing plus for cosine. So if I use the formulas, this is the one that I'm doing. I'm doing plus. So that means I use the top sign. I keep it the same. So I'm going to do minus. So cosine of A, cosine of B, minus sine of A, sine of B. So now that I know that, let's just apply the numbers and let's evaluate. Okay. So now that I know that, I'm going to have cosine of A, which is 135, times cosine of B, which is 60, and then minus sine of 135 times the sine of 60. Okay, I know these values. Let's evaluate. See, cosine of 135, that's in the second quadrant, so it's going to be negative. And 135, its reference angle is 45. So 45 is root 2 over 2. Cosine of 60, I should know that, that's 1/2. Then I have minus. Sine of 135 is positive root 2 over 2. Sine's positive in the second quadrant. And then sine of 60 is root 3 over 2. And you can see a lot of these same numbers repeat. This is just going to give me negative root 2, and it's going to be minus root 6 over 4. So once you know what angles they are, to use the formula, it's very easy. Here we had to add a step. Let's change it from radians. Let's put it in degrees, and then it's very easy to come up with the two angles that add or subtract to, in this case, it was 195 degrees. So this is an example when you have it originally in radians.